This is Chapter 6, Day 3 notes, and this is the second part of these notes. So this is still using elimination to solve a system of equations. Now, this problem is going to be multiplying one equation in order to eliminate one of the variables. So if we take a look at these equations, I have negative 2x plus 15y equals negative 32. And 7x minus 5y equals 17. So if I take a look at these, I'll notice that I can't eliminate the x's even if I multiply by negative 1, and I can't eliminate the y's even if I multiply by negative 1. So I have to think about, well, what can I multiply one of these by in order to eliminate? So is there a number that I can multiply times negative 2 that would cancel out with x, or 7? No, so I can't use my x's. What about the y's? Is there anything with negative 5 that I can multiply by to cross out with 15y? Yeah, I can multiply this whole bottom equation by 3. So when I do that, the top equation stays the same. So I'll have negative 2x plus 15y equals negative 32 still. The bottom equation, I take this 3 and I multiply everything in that bottom equation by 3. So that'll give me 21x minus 15y, and 17 times 3 is 51. So notice now how I have a positive 15 and a negative 15 for my y's. So when I add these two equations together, my y's will eliminate, which is what I want to happen with the elimination method. So I'm going to go ahead and add negative 2x plus 21x will give me 19x. My y's will eliminate. Negative 32 plus 51 is 19. Divide each side by 19 and I'll get x equals 1. Once I have x equals 1, I go back to doing what I did in the past. I choose one of these two equations. I chose the top equation, and so I had negative 2x plus 15y equals negative 32. I now know that x is 1, so I plugged 1 into that equation. Negative 2 times 1 plus 15y equals negative 32. So now it's just a simple solving for y. So negative 2 times 1 is negative 2, plus 15y equals negative 32. Add 2 to both sides, so I get 15y equals negative 30. Divide by 15, and I'll get y equals negative 2. So my answers for problem 3 here are x equals 1 and y equals negative 2. So that brings me to problem number 4, multiplying both equations. So still trying to use the systems of elimination. So I take a look. 3x plus 2y equals 1. 4x plus 3y equals negative 2. Is there a number that I can multiply 3 by to eliminate with 4? No. Is there a number that I can multiply 2 by to eliminate with 3? No. The numbers don't matter because I don't really need to eliminate those. I'm trying to eliminate one of those letters. So I do a little trick. I'm going to take these first two, and I'm going to multiply the top equation by the front number here, which was 4. I'm going to multiply the bottom equation by the front number here, which is 3. Now I have to make one of these negative because in order to cross out, one has to be negative. I'm just going to choose the 3. It does not matter which one you choose. You just need one of them to end up being negative. So I'm going to have to do a couple distributions. So I'm going to have to distribute the 4 to all 3 on the top and the negative 3 to all 3 on the bottom. So that gets me 12x plus 8y equals 4. 4 times 3 gave me 12x. 4 times 2y gave me 8y. 4 times 1 gave me 4. On the bottom, I do negative 3 times 4x to get negative 12x. Again, check to make sure you can cross out, which is good. Negative 3 times 3y gives me negative 9y. Negative 3 times negative 2 is a positive 6. Then all I have to do is add these two equations together. My x's are going to eliminate. 8y plus negative 9y gives me negative 1y. 4 plus 6 is 10. Divide each side by negative 1, and I get y to equal negative 10. The next step is to pick one of these two original equations. I'm going to go with the top one, and I'm going to plug in y equaling negative 10 in for the y in this equation. So 3x plus 2 times negative 10 equals 1. 2 times negative 10 is going to be negative 20, so 3x plus negative 20 equals 1. Add 20 to both sides, and I get 3x equals 21. Divide by 3, so I'll get x equals 7. So my answer here is y equals negative 10 and x equals 7.